everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm adopted.
And this is the Bible Reloaded. Welcome. We're back to do another chick tract. Aren't you so excited?
And this one's adopted.
Yes.
It's about
this one
me.
is... Oh. No, I believe you came from your mom.
Yeah, I'm not adopted. I look just like my father, who is
Oh.
a son of a bitch. He's I don't know. I haven't talked to him. He could be cool.
I've never met your dad.
Yeah, he moved out of the state by the time you and I became friends.
Oh, that's good.
He replaced my family with a new one. That's a true story.
Anyway. Oh, Jake. Anyway, oh god, I was about to say until next time. I was so taken aback.
This is too depressing. Done.
I was so satisfied by your family being ripped apart. I was like, I had a whole episode's worth of entertainment. Thanks, Jake. Anyway, this is the newest chick tract. It's on their website on the front page. It's for kids. Remember, this is aimed at children. Adopted.
I'm adopted.
You're what? That's
adopted.
Yeah,
that's my icebreaker. I'm adopted.
Oh, okay. You're what? That's awful. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know what it is, but I know it's bad.
I think I caught you off guard. You don't really seem to know how to react to the information I gave you.
No, I don't usually talk to creepy ginger Pippi Longstocking looking motherfuckers, so...
Yeah, I am kind of that, aren't I? No, Sharon, you don't understand. Your name's Sharon, right? I just stab in the dark.
My name is Unique with a Q.
I'm gonna ignore the racial implication of that joke. You see,
maybe you're racist for thinking it was racist. Have you considered that?
I mean, I am a ginger. It's fine. You see, I was growing inside my mommy.
Not a baby!
I'm pretty sure it's a baby.
No, look, I am an expert on feti. As you can see, I am just a large feti. I never developed into a person. Look at my forehead. Is this the forehead of a human being? I think not!
Your chest looks more like a thorax, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, it's divided into 3 parts. If I took off my shirt, you would vomit.
Then some people told her I was just a blob of stuff, and they would help her get rid of me.
I like that this is aimed at children. And, I'm okay with being, like, open with children about a lot of stuff. I think you should, but I think there are some concepts, like cream pies, for instance, that you shouldn't... Like, there are just some things you need to be older to fully understand. Or like a foot murder, rape. There are just some things...
I think murder's fine, but maybe murder-suicide.
Sure.
We avoid murder-suicide.
There are just concepts that are more complex than children can understand. Right. Abortion is one of those things.
Yeah, why would you kill a baby? Well, thanks for making me feel bad.
Children aren't good with gray areas.
Daddy, why did Mommy get an abortion before I was born? Well, we tried for 2, but she just wouldn't have it, you know? But one day, some caring people showed her I was a real person after all. They had a poster and it said, "Your baby," and there was a heart above it, and it didn't really make sense. I think they're Asian? Two of them are... 66% of these people are Asian.
0.66 repeating. Let's be accurate, okay.
Okay, but I don't know what that last one on the... I think the one on the right side is just an emo band bassist.
What's the name of his emo band?
Heart Your Baby. It was just an ad. She mistook.
Oh, okay. She misunderstood. This isn't even... Yeah, they're not handing her a chick tract.
That's not even a poster. That's just his vinyl case.
Oh, okay. Are they? I thought they were handing him a chick tract. That's probably just a ticket to the show next week. Then, all right.
Right, free tickets. That's not a good business model. Heart Your Baby, and she had to make a big decision.
Like what? Tell me.
Well, of course I'm going to tell you. I didn't start this story to stop it here. What?
All right. Well, what do you want me to say? This is a conversation. It's a two-way thing. You got to interject.
You do not have to say anything. You don't have to interject at all. You could just sit back and listen.
Hey,
Unique.
Okay. I'm just saying. Right. With a Q.
Of course, all uniques have Qs.
No, the Q is at the beginning.
Every iterance of unique has always had a Q.
No, my Q is at the beginning and it's silent.
That's Q-unique.
No, it's silent and there's no Q at the end.
That's CUNY.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm unique.
She decided to keep me after all, but she wanted to give me a chance. What? That's the same thing. She decided to keep me after all, but she wanted to give me a chance. I don't understand that sentence. Am I dumb? Am I retarded?
The standards have really dropped since Jack died. I mean, look at this. This doesn't look like even like an 18. This doesn't even look like a 16-year-old pregnant girl. This looks like a 9-year-old pregnant woman. I say that because she has the face of a girl and the body of maybe a woman, and that hand. Oh God,
That's
no.
E.T., dude. She's phoning home right now. And on top of that, Jack Chick, if he were illustrating this, would have really captured the genuine anguish of toying with abortion up next to a window with kitchen curtains. Maybe she sleeps in the kitchen. That's part of the crying. So she made another big decision to give you a chance. Okay. She decided to give me to a family that would love me because she would not love me.
Oh, awesome. I'm so glad your mom didn't love you. I was worried. I mean, I don't know why you're here, so clearly it worked out. But you know that unique, always getting up to verbal trouble.
No, you're okay, CUNY. I think you're not really seeing the whole picture here. This is actually a horror story, and let me explain why. Do you see those two people that young child is handing the younger child to?
Yeah.
Does that guy look like he doesn't serial kill Boy Scouts in his basement?
Cub Scouts. You're giving the guy a little too much credit to wait till they grow up.
Well,
gotta get them while they're young.
Well, it's not like he's in for the Eagle Scouts, but the Cub Scouts are too young. He's more of a Weeblo guy. It's right in between. I was a Weeblo. It's the only reason I knew that existed. For like a month, and then they got religious, and then little Weeblo me was like, I'm out. I'm done. Yeah, and the lady helps him put them in the furnace.
Oh, that's how you were adopted. That's a good story. Can I ask you a question?
You definitely may.
What's wrong with our faces?
I don't know what's wrong with their faces. Maybe there's some like time dilation happening on this school bus.
Are you sure your mom didn't try and get an abortion and it just didn't work?
It looks like someone took a shovel to my infant face while it was still like the bones were still fusing. Because I look like a corpse with pigtails.
It looks like someone tried to draw like the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, like Cindy Lou Who hentai, and gave up halfway through.
It looks like Cindy Lou Who hentai here has already been through the ringer once or twice, and by ringer I mean bukkake.
Does that make you feel bad that she just gave you away?
Well, it didn't until you brought it up, and now it's crushing me.
Oh, good.
The weight of that adult woman's decision is crushing me right now. I didn't really think about it like giving me away, like I was unwanted, and more of like the people who received me wanted me more than she did.
I'm actually more impressed that your parents thought you were mature enough to deal with the existential crisis of finding out you were almost aborted. But, you know, adults take that very well, too. So I'm sure a 6-year-old can handle it.
CUNY, can you shut up while I draw this Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Okay, that doesn't really look like a...
Shh.
Looks like you're giving it a long arm. That,
It's got reverse Herb's palsy. It's Herb's palsy deluxe. it's the palsy you hope for.
Is it a goddamn Street Fighter game? Herb's Palsy Turbo 2 Remix Edition. Oh man, with my Herb's Palsy, I was missing like 3 characters, but the new one.
Did you guys pre-order your Herb's Palsy? I hear the cartridge is bent and weird. So you can open it with your good hand.
God. But why? Didn't your mommy love you?
I don't think
Is
how
this an
much she
appropriate
loves me
question
has
to ask?
I don't think how much she loves me has to do anything with the Herb's Palsy. But I don't know. That's the thing. She loved me very much, but she knew she couldn't take care of me because she was poor. But she was too stupid to vote for people that would help her out. So instead, she tried to pull herself up by her bootstraps, but as it turns out, she didn't have any boots or straps or feet. They took her feet.
Oh, I'm so glad your mom must love you then. I'm sure you have an open adoption then. You must see her, like, every week, right?
No. That's not
Oh,
the case at all.
Oh, it's a closed adoption then because she never wanted to see that face again.
Okay, so I maybe fabricated the part where she willingly gave me to my parents, and it was more of like a meth trade. I was traded for meth.
Okay, this question is very important to knowing if this was worth it or not. Which side of the transaction were your adoptive parents on?
They had the meth.
Oh, okay.
And they got a baby instead of money.
Okay. Well, I guess you're moving up in the world. You went from user to dealer, so I think that's a move upward.
I don't know, and that's why she let me be adopted, but that's not all.
Uh-oh, what else? I'm very confused, by the way, about this story, because apparently sometimes I'm real happy about your adoption, other times I'm real worried about it. That's the bipolar for you. That sure is unique. And that's how Unique became a stripper. All of them. Every Unique. The exact same thing happened to all of them, by the way.
You don't name your kid Unique and expect better than stripper. Is porn star better than stripper?
Yes.
The money's definitely better.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let's say I'm a woman. Or even like, even let's say I wanted to be a male stripper. Pretend I'm in shape and people want to see me naked for a second.
Maybe, yeah, but you could corner the market on man baby stripping.
That's true, maybe.
Just gotta shave the beard.
I'd rather you get paid like $3,000 to $5,000 depending on the porn shoot. If you're known, I guess if not. But I'm assuming I'm known in this case.
Is that like a per load thing or?
It's per shoot.
Per shoot? Well, then I'm sticking to one load per shoot. That's just how it works.
Okay, I feel like we could have better crafted a shoot cum joke, but here we are.
I didn't know we were trying to make porn puns. I'm genuinely interested about getting into the trade, so whatever. I know you make a joke about it.
I would make a joke about it, but Ron Jeremy was the most famous porn star in the world for a while. If he can do it, you can do it.
I got this. Wow, you're right. Although his dick is way bigger than mine. It's not even close.
Maybe you can be like a bizarro him. Do you have like a surprisingly tiny dick? Because that could work too.
It's just like a dick, you know? It's just like I don't think I could pick my own dick out of a lineup. It's that innocuous.
I could pick my dick out of a lineup.
You have like a weird birthmark on it?
It's like a friend from kindergarten. Maybe you haven't seen him in 20 years, but you still know him when you look at him.
You forget his name, you're like, oh, good to see you too! And you walk past like the chips in the aisle. It's where you meet people you don't want to meet, but you meet them anyway, usually. I was adopted twice! This time by God.
Okay, which part of the meth transaction was God on? Because I'm real curious about this one.
He was the supplier to the dealer.
Oh, okay, see, you keep moving up. See, this is what I'm saying. You're thinking this through. I should follow suit with you. Honestly, my parents are pieces of shit. They're not even users. They're not even doing drugs. They're lawyers. Fucking losers.
Your parents are lawyers?
Yeah.
What kind of lawyers?
One does copyright and one does cattle law.
Cattle law?
Yeah, one time actually, they had to work together on a case. Someone tried to patent a cow. Still not sure what that means.
Yeah, I was adopted twice, once by God.
Wait, that was Jake. You can bring the cameras back for this one if you were on the chick track. Right. I just want you all to appreciate how little of a shit Jake gave in that delivery, easing us back into the comic. Truly, there are times when I don't give a shit. We both do it. But truly, that was award worthy. I'm just saying, you might as well have not even said it. I'm impressed. So,
well, I didn't want it to feel forced, and so true to form, I just pretended not to give a shit because I really actually don't give a shit. It's like method acting.
Well, you're nailing it so far. Congratulations.
Well, let me tell you how it happened. First off, just let me note that God is perfect, God is holy, and God always does the right thing. But men, women, boys, and girls do not always do the right thing. Let's examine sometimes they don't do the correct thing. Some activities they carry on in is top left. The android from Dragon Ball Z during the Cell Saga gets really mad at some fat guy. There's a gun, I think. Maybe it's a bank robbery, and then
yeah.
there's a preacher and he's crossing his fingers and praising God, and then there's an embarrassed child, and then those two holy people in the back are ridiculing her like she deserves. And then there's some people drinking Red Bulls and Balls energy drinks. Far too much, though. You can see the caffeine doesn't even affect them. They're so lethargic now. There's another person wearing superfluous arm jewelry, which is just not cool in Jesus' eyes. And then there's another guy filleting a cigarette, which is not how you do it. You hold it with two fingers like this, not like this. It's like this, so you look cool and you can wear a leather jacket. And you don't keep it in your mouth. You puff on it, blow it out, and then you hold it to the side, and then you flick it every once in a while, right, to be cool. But you never ever just leave it in your mouth. That's gay. In fact, sometimes we're downright nasty.
Can I need to make... I'm trying to remain in character of this comic as much as possible. But seriously, we need a serious discussion with the Chick Publications people after post-Jack Chick.
Sure.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because I very much want them to stay in business.
Oh.
Because I love them.
Yeah, I'm actually... It started out as like I had like deep disdain, and now I just like appreciate the craft.
I really do. But I'm not kidding when I say since Jack died, there was a noticeable lack of quality. Yes, lack of quality in Chick tracks. And let me explain what I'm saying. When you're looking at this image, okay? Remember, you've read this tract with us. This is aimed at like 6 to 8-year-olds, right? The language, the way they're speaking. This is not aimed at older children. This is supposed to be for kids. But you have these vague images that children are not going to understand. The robbery, I could understand. The preacher thing, definitely not gonna get. The ridicule, fine. The drinking, maybe. If their parents drink, they might understand. But then, you're gonna confuse the kids, because they don't understand this means getting drunk and being an alcoholic. They just see people drinking out of bottles and cans. So if their parent has, like, a beer on Friday... maybe they're gonna think their parent's a piece of shit. And then, of course, kids don't know what heroin or weed is. So that's ridiculous. So either they're so incompetent writing these tracts now that they don't understand young children they're aiming this at won't get what this is, or this tract is actually supposed to be for like 12 to 16-year-old kids, and the Chick Publications people think 12 to whatever age kids are fucking idiots and need to be talked to like 6-year-olds. Both of those do not bode well for the future of this company.
We make God very sad when we do bad things. Have you ever been to rotten.com? It's kind of a dead site now, but I wanted to show you a couple things. Is that cool?
Oh, okay, let's check it out. Oh, wow, look at that guy. His head... is that the inside of his head?
I think that's the outside of the inside of his head.
Oh, okay. That one... oh, look at that guy. Helicopter took off his head.
Yeah, it's called sin, you know. When helicopters take off your head, that's sin. It's the only way.
Oh, okay.
Here, I also have a Bible verse to show you. And when we sin, we're called sinners, and that's all of us. Now I have to tell you some bad news. I actually typed a message for you instead of talking. I thought I'd flip up the medium a little bit.
Oh, good. And thanks for putting that asterisk there, by the way. You didn't actually put a footnote in our reality, but I assume if there's some sort of third person out there watching this as a narrator, they probably like put an appendix.
I'd also like to draw your attention to the fact that we've been having this discussion since we got off the bus for school, and now we are in front of a computer somewhere. Maybe the library? Just throwing that out there. This is a very long conversation.
Uh-oh. What's that? The bad news, I mean.
Oh, the bad news, of course, right.
Yeah.
God won't let sin or sinners into heaven. Or blacks. This is Mormon God, right?
Yeah, Mormon God.
Okay.
No, it's post-1978. It's fine.
Oh, we're good?
No, it was the 70s. Aw, so I'm stuck then. Because of melanin. Racist God.
Don't worry, I look like a bumblebee wished to be a little girl and it got granted for 24 hours. You like that one?
A lot of the time, you know what? A lot of the time our humor really syncs up, and most of the jokes you say, well, I recognize they are very funny. They're often things I would have thought of myself,
Right,
so I
yeah.
can kind of go, okay, I see the train of thought. I see how you got there. I think this is the first time ever I can truly say to you, Jake, that is a joke I never, ever would have thought of. Congratulations.
I think
You
that's
found the 1% of the Venn diagram where we don't overlap.
Bumblebee humor. Nailed it.
Damn.
Anyways, you were not exactly stuck. Just will you listen for a second? Quinoa? Was your name Quinoa? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, close enough.
God has a son named Jesus Christ. He's the one with the beard. The faceless one is God. And he's kind of holding his hand a little aggressively, kind of like my dad did.
Should we get out of here? It kind of looks like we shouldn't be here for whatever's about to happen between those two.
I mean,
one of them doesn't have a face, but
we're apparently privy to heroin use, so much so that just seeing an arm with a ribbon around its bicep and a needle would tip you off. So I think whatever we're about to see is going to be pedestrian compared to
Also,
what our lives are like.
I have a feeling that the meth adopted girl maybe slipped some in this girl's, and that's why they're seeing this shit.
He volunteered to do what he could to get us into heaven, and then his dick spoke. I'll go, Father.
Wow! So what did he and his dick do?
He came to Earth to be a baby, just like us, except not adopted.
Did his dick become a baby too?
His dick became a baby dick.
Uh,
Then he grew up just like us, and he had that big, strong man take him into water all alone in the wilderness, and they got wet together.
Only he was still God, right? Him and his dick?
How did you infer that? What?
I actually, we live in America. I've heard of
Are
Christianity.
you the
bro.
first self-aware person that's been preached to at a chick tract in the history of chick tracts?
Apparently, and it's the 6-year-old, of course. Since Jack died, they lost the series Bible. They totally forgot that no character is supposed to have heard of Jesus before. Falling apart.
Right! Jesus Christ lived a perfect life because he never sinned.
Not even once? I think there was a story about him, like, getting real angry and flipping tables.
No, it doesn't say thou shalt not get angry and flip tables.
I mean, I think there's some stuff about wrath. And,
That wasn't wrath, that was rage. Very different.
He also said turn the other cheek.
Correct.
But he didn't.
No, he did
and
not.
He cursed a fig tree and killed some guy's pigs once with demons.
You can kill pigs, they're dirty.
Okay.
And he told us we sinners could be forgiven if we did one thing. It's lunchtime.
Oh, what was that? What do we have to do?
Hold
what,
on.
Wait, what is
Hold
she
on.
having for lunch? Where's her lunch?
Well, she has an apple in a juice box, but I'm willing to trade you this one bite PB&J for that apple. Trying to watch my weight. Dad says I'm getting fat and he don't like me no more.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point. This is all they'll give me, because I don't have any money, and they cut the school lunch program for poor kids.
Wow, that really hits home because of the reality of that.
Yeah.
We have to believe what Jesus did for. Are you? Don't lay on my shoulder.
Just, you feel real nice. I think we've been spending a lot of time together, so I just...
We don't need to be homoerotic, okay? That makes me feel inappropriate.
Is it because we're 6?
It has a lot to do with because we're 6.
As long as it's not an interracial thing, it's fine.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that it's like 20% of it though.
What was that we have to believe Jesus did?
God said the penalty for sin was death, so he died in our place. Mean men poured all their hatred on Jesus, which is definitely not a bukkake euphemism, and lied and said he did evil, but he didn't, and he just let him because he was impotent. I mean, holy.
Question, didn't they just accuse him of saying he was the Messiah and stirring up stuff in the area?
All things he did, but they lied.
I mean, all they did was say he's been stirring up shit for the Romans, and
yeah,
he said he's the son of God, which would be heretical to
Correct.
them. So, okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it that way, It sounds less like a lie and more like a truth. Because Jesus didn't sin, he could shed his blood and die in our place. And he was jacked as fuck. Holy Jesus is getting more built by the year. Look,
Oh my god,
his
he is.
diaphragm is a muscle. Like
His what? I
What?
feel like they're discovering new abs on Jesus every day. They're just finding new muscle structures.
His chest is so ripped that his nipple goes in.
Like, I'm 80% sure if he flexed right now, he would bust off the cross and Ray-Bans would appear on his face. That's how ripped he is. Ray-Bans just appear when he flexes.
That paid for all our sins. And apparently it continues to pay for it. Jesus' blood is very valuable. It's kind of like ambergrease. After they killed Jesus on the cross, they buried him. But 3 days later...
Fun fact, Jesus used his arm quadriceps to just push that shit away. It wasn't even magic. He just wanted to prove he could do it. It wasn't even a sin thing. He wanted to get crucified just to see if he could break out of death. Wait, what happened?
He came back alive and rose from the dead, and I don't know.
That's wonderful, but how did he do that?
Because he's God, you know? And all you gotta do is believe he did that. And then ask him to forgive your sins. Just believe him. Just believe him. Just believe him.
Wait,
Nope.
but
Nope.
I feel like we just
Nope.
skipped like a lot, because I feel like the conversation's just
didn't.
probably... I feel like now that was the context, and now the conversation really begins, because we need to talk about
We didn't.
why, and...
Nope, moving
and
on.
maybe some...
Nope.
Okay.
Moving on. Look at that creepy Asian kid. I think he's Asian. He could just be a white kid, but he's haunting.
You know what I definitely know happened for sure when they were drawing this? They definitely drew that kid with way too slanty eyes at first, and then the editor said, nah, you need to go back and round that out, but I almost feel like they overdid it now, and you can smell the slanty eyes on him, even though they're not
He
there.
looks like an anime.
A little bit. No, he looks like a lolly is what he looks like.
Oh, God. Now I can't not see Lolly. Fuck you, Hugo.
Someone at Chick Publications is moonlighting on DeviantArt. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, no.
And then what happens?
A whole bunch of things.
Like what? You know what? I just realized my mom watches this show, and now I'm gonna have to explain lolly to her later, and I'm really not looking forward to that.
It's like kid porn that you can touch yourself to without feeling guilty, Mom. That's
Thanks,
pretty
Jake.
accurate, right? First, God forgives all our sins. And I bet you're going to ask me if it's all of them. Every last one. Then God gave us the Holy Ghost, who's also God, and a ghost, and a dove, and Jesus, who is not a dove or a ghost. He came back from the dead. He's not living dead, if that makes sense. He's not a ghost, but he is also the ghost, the Holy Ghost. And then God is also the Holy Ghost, but he's ethereal, like a Holy Ghost would be, but Jesus is corporeal, and then he ascended and is ethereal. So they're all ethereal together. Only one of them's a ghost, but they're all also the ghost.
Question.
Yes.
Can you explain all of that in a way that makes sense?
Okay, so imagine God, Jesus, and the Holy Ghost, okay? All separate. But then imagine that you fought all the putties, and then it's Act 3, and they Megazord together. They're still Zords, but they're also the Megazord.
Okay. I gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right.
Wow!
Yep. Megazord. This makes us adopted children by Jesus' Father, God the Father himself, who is also Jesus. So God is our Father too, but so is Jesus. Otherwise, he'd be our cousin.
Wow, I wish I could be adopted too.
What? I feel like this whole tract was just to make the black girl say that. Well, do you want your sins forgiven to become a child of God?
Sure,
Oh,
I guess.
cool,
We're getting to
you're-
that point in the track.
You're obviously of age to make important life decisions on what you believe and your place in the universe.
Jesus, thank you for praying for my sins. I believe that you shed your blood for me. Please forgive my sins and save me. Thank you. Amen. Wow. I can't wait to tell my friends.
Okay, you look like, and I don't mean, this is an indictment on the artists. You look like a minstrel show.
A little bit. A little bit.
Like
Is it?
40%. It's a lot.
I'm not. I had to go back and check. The reason I was reading that so slow was because I was also going back and checking to see after she got saved if her skin got lighter, because I would not put that past the people at the Jack Chick Company.
It didn't
It
yet.
did not. I'll give them that. But the fact that I have to give them a point for that, I think, says a lot about the company. Guess what? I'm adopted.
Oh, good. Look at that 40-year-old Jeff Goldblum trapped in a child body.
Wow, they got the little girl from Orphan for this. That's impressive.
Then there's the Chucky doll, but he's in human form, picking his nose.
I think that's just actual Brad Dourif. They just had him squat.
Oh no!
And the back of a guy's head. That's a solid cameo.
He's got a good haircut. If you want to be adopted, just do what it says over there. Skipped. That's the end.
I'm sure a lot of parents appreciate that their kids are being maybe handed this with no context, and yeah, nice. So that's another chick tract. Before I read this, I was like, okay, they're probably gonna be fine without Jack, but I'm not kidding when I say I'm a little bit worried for him now, because I guess the quality has never been an issue. If quality was an issue for chick tracts, there would be no chick tracts. But
yeah, I don't think their customer base is like, oh, the illustration is off. You know, the content isn't quite as grabby as it used to be.
I guess just as an aficionado, there's always going to be growing pains when big shifts happen.
Do you think, besides Jack Chick himself, who we will eventually lap, do you think we're the foremost experts on chick tracks? Like secondary, we don't work for chick publications. I think we're the chick track experts. I think we're the ones that everyone else should reference when mentioning chick tracks.
The sad part is I'm trying to think about this, and I think you might be right.
That's not a skill I thought I'd have. There's two skills in my life I never thought I'd have. Number one is being a chick track aficionado, and number two is holding on to the skills that McDonald's gave me. Just wrapping things quickly.
I was just going to say, if you handed me a cheeseburger and a wrapper
I
right
could
now...
wrap the fuck out of it immediately.
Mm-hmm. No, I want burgers.
Not from McDonald's, though.
No, I want to make one. With meat. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Thanks everyone for watching. There's a bunch of stuff, I guess. VidMe. We have a VidMe now because, you know, YouTube stuff. I'm not going to go into it, but you get it. And we have extra content over there. For instance, our review of Fireproof, which was taken down by Sony, is up over there for subscribers. VidMe actually has a little bit of a different system from YouTube. On YouTube, you have subscribers, and that's it. On VidMe, it works a little bit more like Twitch, where there are followers, which is basically their version of subscribers, or subscribers, which is like Twitch. You can give $1 a month and you get extra content, like that review. We're going to be putting up that video of me where I'm Hitler from high school, which is a little silly, and we'll be putting up extra content there. We will be putting more backlog stuff up there as time goes on. It's just, you know, we're busy doing that, and we're building our own website right now.
Yep. The website will launch very soon. I'm told that, actually, it could be out today. Go ahead and check. HugoandJake.com. Could be a lot of fun. Also, we have our official Discord. There's a link somewhere for it in the description, probably, for the Discord. Official Discord of Hugo and Jake, which will be featured on the website. So if you want to be slightly internet famous, everything you say on the Discord will show up on the homepage and in a live stream, sort of. So does our Twitter feeds. Anything else? Is there anything else happening that's really exciting and beneficial?
I don't think so. Just, if you want,
good.
subscribe to this channel. That'd be great. You can also subscribe to The Quran Reloaded or Unpopular Culture, which are our other channels. You could donate to our Patreon, which would be great if you want to help support the show and you don't want to do the other things or whatever.
Getting real close to the Harold Penisman show, which is the next goal here. I talked to an artist the other day. They're drawing me mock-ups right now as we speak, and we're gonna see, and then we're gonna price point it, and so hopefully that can get done because I'm looking forward to it. Think Talk Show. but with Harold Penisman.
Yeah. So that's it. Until next time, I'm adopted.
And I am also adopted, but I was adopted twice.
Oh shit, you did open with that joke. Well, sorry guys. Next time maybe the end joke will be probably not though.
You could have said, and I have real parents, but actually, there's this kid in high school. His name is Eric. Not gonna give you his last name. That's not right. That's not fair. I'm too internet famous now for that kind of shit. And he got caught by one of our friends, Justin. They lived next door to each other, so Justin would just crawl. It was a big, tall window that walked into basically let you into the basement where the video games were, basically. And caught Eric jacking off to Dragon Ball Z porn. It didn't strain their friendship.
I don't have a problem with Rule 34 things. You do you,
I don't
everyone.
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't want I don't want to know that about my friends.
I agree.
Keep what you want to do to yourself, man. Like the content of it. I know all of you jack off. Every single one of my friends, boy or girl, has fapped. Totally fine with that. Actually, I encourage it. Fap right now if you're into that. Just start right now and finish later. But I don't. The content of your fap material is not the thing I'm interested in. It's dead last on the things that I'm interested in our friendship, and that includes seeing your taint. Your taint, just looking at your taint, ranks higher than seeing what you jack off to.
It's good to know.
All right.
I think that my self-worth of my taint just went up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake.
Every once in a while, I need to, put a few Yelp stars on your taint, and then good to go. They should have friend Yelp. How good of a friend is Hugo? 4.5.
Felp.
But his taint is a 5.